Hello, everyone. I'm Contessa Brewer here at the news desk. President Obama is making it clear today he can and will get tough with Israel. The president's not backing down from his demand that Israel freeze all settlements. The president's heading off this evening for his first trip to the Middle East as president, a 6-day four-nation tour. A new poll shows the president will likely be welcomed by Arab countries more warmly than President Bush ever was. In the past year, approval of U.S. leadership has jumped by double digits in 8 Arab countries, including Egypt, Syria, Saudi Arabia, and Kuwait. But in both Lebanon and the Palestinian territories, U.S. approval has dropped. Let's talk to Raghida Dergham, who's a senior diplomatic correspondent for the London-based Arab newspaper Al Hayat. Raghida, good to see you today.
Good to see you.
When we look at this Mideast poll, do you take that as a clear indication that hearts and minds at least are open to being changed?
Incredibly so. They are very open for the policy changes that the president, they hope, will bring to them. He already delivered the respect speech, if you will, Contessa, and they embraced him for that, and they look forward to more of it. But I think they are looking more for the policy speech. Of course, the president is not going to lay down all the details of a peace plan, but he would have to touch on the contours of what would make this Palestinian-Israeli issue go away in order for him to get Arabs on board seriously to fight the larger war that he talks about, that is the war of extremism and terror.
In the past, many Arab countries and leaders have criticized the United States for, on one hand, saying that they want peace, but not being willing to do what it takes for the other party in all of this, Israel, to do what it takes to achieve peace. President Obama yesterday reasserted his support for Israel, but he says some things need to change. Let me play it.
Sure.
Part of being a good friend is being honest. And I think there have been times where we are not as honest as we should be about the fact that the current direction, the current trajectory in the region is profoundly negative. Not only for Israeli interests, but also U.S. interests.
When the president met with Israeli leaders recently, he reiterated that they've already made commitments that he does not feel, and in a very real, factual way you can prove, are not being met. Is that going to make a difference to Arab leaders, the fact that he's ready to be strict on both sides?
Absolutely, Contessa. He is telling the Arab and the Muslim audience at large that he's serious about this matter and that he will be an interventionist president, if you will. And that's very important because at the beginning of his mandate, he can afford to do so. And notice what he says. He says to make that happen is in the interest of the United States of America. It's in the national interest of the United States. And that's quite important because if you leave this issue on going as it is, it's going to further hurt American interests in the region. And the president is speaking that language. And what's more important at this point is for the president to really, hopefully, get lots of the pro-Israeli Americans on board to understand the seriousness of making sure peace is struck between the Palestinians and the Israelis. This is new language and a new policy altogether.
He's trying a lot of new approaches. I mean, this whole thing of inviting, the embassies inviting their dignitaries, their diplomatic dignitary counterparts in Arab countries to 4th of July celebrations at the embassies. Unusual approach. Raghida, good to see you. Thanks.